Outlanders hate. You work hard as any tribe.
Look, I've got a pair of sturdy Osram.
I've got all the best goods here. There are no shadows under the noonday sun.
Good to see you.
Just because he failed to kill the Sun King doesn't mean he's any less guilty. He's...
I don't get involved in politics.
It's you. You snatched Prince Itaman away from me.
Don't let your guard down.
The show was better last week.
Oh, wonderful.
Love this bit. Tried to kill our Sun King till the machine rider stopped him cold.
The new flag is too dangerous, he says. The rumor's too disturbing, he says.
What's the problem?
Betrayal. By my own blood! I was meant to go on a machine hunting expedition to the Banuk Wilds, with real hunters! Then the rumors began. New machines, an evil miasma, many dead Banuk, and so on and so forth. So my father won't allow me to go. Says there's too much danger for a noble scion.
Do you always do what your father tells you?
Yes, of course.
Have you ever actually hunted machines?
I've had our bearers carry a lance horn for me to shoot at. Its movement was fearfully realistic.
What kind of new machines?
That's exactly it. My father doesn't even know. He only heard whispers in the Sun Court.
And the evil miasma?
Who knows what those tent-dwelling savages consider evil? Or a miasma. I just want to hunt, honestly. Why even give me a sword for my 16th year? What's a sword for, if not for brandishing?
Hunting in the Banuk wilds. Do you mean Banur?
Oh, no. That's so far from the sun's light. The expedition would be swallowed up. It's a place they call the Cut. Something of a no-man's land from, you know.
The war?
But now it makes for excellent hunting. There's a pass through the northeastern mountains.
I guess I'll have to look into these rumors myself.
It's beyond the Grave Horde, past the northeastern mountains. You can't mean to go alone to that sun-forsaken place. I suppose Outlanders can do whatever they please. By the sun, if only I wasn't born noble!
Yeah, sounds tough.
It's a crime. I should report it to the Sun Court.
No, I'm awake and alert. Oh, damn it.
Got one. I can get out of this.
Land is too dangerous, he says. The rumors too disturb. He says.
prince is safe at last. We can never repay you for what you've done. The Hunter's Lodge only because no men were left in her house to do the job.
That's all there is in Banuk lands.
Won't find better wares.
I heard you talking about trouble in Banuk lands.
Was that out loud? Ears must be getting worn down from all those long leg blasts. But you heard right. I'm fresh back from the cut, looking for better scavenging and better shards.
I guess you didn't find them up there?
Not with the Banuk wailing about new machines and talking spirits and their purses frozen shut. What's a trade route without trade? It's just a route.
There's a trade route. I thought the Banuk kept to themselves.
We Oseram and the Banuk are neighbors, after all. What's a few mountain ranges between friends? I have some acquaintances out there, still trying to dig a living out of the ice, but they say nothing seems to stick. All the superstitious nonsense and rampaging machines aren't helping.
What were these new machines and spirits?
Honestly, I don't even know. Going by the number of Banuk funerals, I'd say the kind you turn away from.
Not really my style.
Well, if you reach my grand old age, you might prefer picking up after hunters in the Sundom. It's warmer, too.
What is this place? The Cut?
When the Karja took up swords and hacked away at the edge of Banuk land, they left the Cut behind.
So a battleground from the war. Like the valley outside the Sacred Land.
Mm-hmm. Mountain Pass in the far north and east will get you there. It's open to outlanders, hardy ones, like you. Just don't expect much of a welcome. Especially not now.
New machines and talking spirits? I'm interested.
Thought as much, just looking at you. Don't say you weren't warned. There's a slip of a trail through the northeastern mountains, past what we call the Grave Horde. You won't miss it. You'll find what passes for a town on the other side. Maybe someone there can talk you out of it.
Maybe. Maybe not. Thanks for the information.
Won't cost you a shard just to look.
I'll find a use for you. Save these for the trail. Get it while I can.
Picking my target. Ah! I need a little help over here. Please. I don't want to go down like this. Get out of this. This is more than I can handle. Help! Oh, Mother. Please help me. Someone, please help!
We did what must be done.
I can't thank you enough. Can we talk? I'd rather not bother the Braves.
I'll train hard so I can take care of myself from now on. Thank you.
I never thought I'd get free. Thank you so much.
Hardy little plant. You'll help. I need this. These will keep. Calm, calm. For later. get you.
Look up! She's on the move!
Now they're hunting me. Look out below! This must be the pass O'Tor was talking about, with Banuk territory just above.
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your desk.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Well, forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh? So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future. Or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy. This one's a new predator. Can see the heat coming off it. fun. This one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it. This one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it. one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it. This one's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it. Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
These are dangerous lands, Outlander. Deadly, even.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
The smoke from the mountain is worse today. A bad omen for the ritual. How are we to trust the chieftain after so many died under his command? Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now? The smoke from the mountain is worse today. A bad omen for the ritual. How are we to trust the chieftain after so many died under his command?
Ceremony.
How long will Araya stay in retreat, out in the wilds?
Araya's been gone a long time, but she will return. I must believe she will return. The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's Drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival. You who died on Thunder's Drum, your songs will not be forgotten. In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony. The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's Drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival.
Must be something big going on. Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
We haven't lost this many hunters since the war with the Karja. May the songs of the lost echo eternal.
Rhea, they say. Should return to us, they say. And yet here we are.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead. But not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky, and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
A daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Aurea, spouting on about spirits and demons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Aurea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her, but no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Aurea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it,
Women?
No, independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth, filled with wild animals. You think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Don't believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
And Aurea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed her.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Aurea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Aurea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Aurea came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
What are these Warwicks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Eh, not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Warwicks come and go. Some last as long as metal. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Warwicks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Warwick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
Have you ever heard of a man named Silence? Tall, deadly serious, cables in his skin? Like a shaman?
I've heard that name once or twice, but always whispered. Like some boogeyman the Banuk want to forget. I'm not sure what went down, but I got the impression he messed with the Conclave. Or they messed with him.
conclave?
All the most important shamans gather in Banur from time to time to keep up with the latest mumbo-jumbo. No idea how they all fit into one tent without those crazy headdresses getting locked up on each other. Araya's been to that shindig, but when I asked her what it's like, she just gave me a dirty look. So if you want to know more, you'll have to find her and make her like you, I guess. Good luck.
I want to know more about this daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Araya. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak can tell me more about Araya or Thunder's drum. Might be worth a shot.
Before the bandits came, Stone Yield had a certain wild beauty to it.
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
There are other Weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last until the Karja seek war again.
Araya knows about this daemon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
This daemon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. It has changed the machines, made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
Did your Werak come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the daemon. But I was born here, and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
When the blue light guides, only a fool chooses a different path. Anyone can kill a machine. A true Banuk seeks to become closer to the machines. I speak for the spirits. He who ignores the spirits ignores the blue light itself. Do not harvest as the other tribes harvest. Show respect for the machines who died so we might live. Others may use the machines, but only we seek to understand them. I hear the whispers of the spirits in the machines, and I fear the things about which they whisper. Do not mistake my position as a shaman for physical weakness. I took the braids, and I never cried out. The smoke from Thunder's drum is a bad omen. Always it rises, but of late, it rises faster. Our hardships are punishments, but they cleanse us of arrogance. Every day, the blue light feels further away from us.
In my memory, I hold many songs. Some of these have been lost to all but me. The Werak demands guidance, and they look to me for it. If there is anything I can do to aid the Werak, I am honored to serve. We whisper harvest songs as we take parts from the machines. In this way, they know we honor their deaths. Recall that the blue light glows behind everything. It guides us through the thickest darkness. To survive the secrets we learn as shaman, I have always believed it vital to hold on to our warmth. It is the responsibility of the shaman to act as a bridge. On one side, the Werak. On the other, the blue light. If you are very still and very observant, you will see the blue light in every sheet of ice. I started my apprenticeship when I had only seen 10 winters. My master was the finest shaman I've ever known. The machines offer themselves to us, and we take from them gratefully. If you are very still and very observant, you will see the blue light in every sheet of ice.
Doesn't it just make sense that on top of everything we have bandits in the cut now as well?
These new Karja offer peace to the Banuk. None will forget the Red Raids, but perhaps...
Deep Din, silenced by rising waters.
Perhaps one day I'll join them.
I've no interest in the frozen tall.
You seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood.
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Lalai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
So Deep Din is a place, and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now, but our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it, or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent?
I've hunted for many years. Never seen machines like those that belong to the daemon.
We've never...
Ever faced anything like the machines that guard
more
Thunder's drum?
music. Blood saw to that.
Shamans. The blue light will show us the way to defeat the Daemon's new machine.
Water lapping on old stone. That's a sound to sleep to, not live to.
Beware the machines with purple markings. To approach them without caution is to lay wood on your own pyre.
We meet again.
My mother says I should keep quiet. What? I'm just a kid.
Don't let the others intimidate you, Outlander. If the Banuk cannot tolerate outsiders, we don't deserve to survive. I'll give this to the Osram. Whatever they do with passion.
When the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small, it was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the ravenous tribe, who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banukai and her Werak fled, the ravenous tribe were never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banukai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. "You bid me come," she said. "My people need aid. Will you provide it?" The machines whispered to Banukai. "We go where the light goes, for we are its chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light for long. Carry it to your people if you must, but the cost will be great." Banukai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banukai, piercing her skin, filling her up. Banukai did not scream, though she was in agony. Banukai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home, and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her, but the machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the ravenous tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Bannakai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The ravenous tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Bannakai's people repaid the suffering the ravenous tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Bannakai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads, and her werak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky. And for just a moment, before life left her, Bannakai knew the truth of the blue light. And she felt peace. We remember Bannakai, the first to crawl from the cave beneath the world, who brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe, we remember her. And we will not forget.
None of the southern tribes rival.
We should not pile his father's guilt onto the new Karja King's shoulders. These are different times. Your song echoes.
Stay out of our way, Outlander. We have enough worries.
You've chosen a poor time to visit the cut, Outlander.
The sand near Sunfall. As thick as the snow in the cut. Let me see.
Quite a view you've got up here.
It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass.
That outlook sounds a little depressing for a painter.
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew, but a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments, like none have seen.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean? That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are called to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are called to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Banur. Up there, the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
These pigments you want. Where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
I'll see what I can find for you.
Seek out the vibrant ones. A spring of sudden color among snow or rock or metal. That's its own reward, but I'd reward you as well.
To the Othram. Whatever they do with passion.
We remember, Banukai, when the old ones were fresh in
Some
their
like to
graves
pretend
and our
the cut
numbers were
belongs to the
still
Banuk.
small. It was she who led us through the frozen wastes.
Oh, I'm glad my father isn't around.
The
It would
white
torment
teeth
him
have
to
come
see
to
his
the
legacy
cut.
drown.
Not every day you see one of the great Wiraks.
One day, Stone of the Din was dropped.
Damon, don't scare me.
The next,
I didn't become a hunter just to run from a challenge. Whatever happens.
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Araya. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice, who followed the river north.
Outlander, wait a moment.
Survival is never won. Cold kills relentlessly.
That weapon of yours, Outlander, that spear. I can see the blue light upon it.
This? It was made by an acquaintance of mine.
Ah, a shaman.
No. More of a tinker?
A tinker does not understand the spark in the metal, the song in the metal like this. But it could be improved upon, modified, with the help of the old ones. Far north of here there is a cave, a shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your spear. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Damon's markings are fearsome, but a skilled hunter doesn't let fear.
No, this color's all wrong.
Let's see. Perhaps a little more blue.
Colors never end up as vibrant as I'd like.
So, machines in the south suffer their own sort of corruption. Wonder what sort of challenge they present.
Any news from the hunt?
The herd isn't roaming far from the camp.
Keep them together this time.
Then we wait. But I bet we'll see a stray.
All right, I'll keep watch tonight.
This stuff formed on the machine like frost. What did it take to knock one of those over? How about to last? Encased in ice. It fell a long time ago. But the scavengers have just gotten started. Low and quiet does it. Banuk were protecting it. This tall neck was probably holy to them. The last of the scavengers. Should scan the tall neck. See how deep the damage goes. Looks like the scavengers ripped out 3 major parts. If I could bring them back, Maybe I could even reactivate it. Get at what's inside its head. Handy. part seems intact. Telnecks are built tough. Keep that for later. Be fascinating if they weren't looking for me. Okay, they're heading back. Just stay out of their way for now. I think I'm in the clear. One of the tall next parts. It's heavy. Full already. Part seems intact. Telnecks are built tough. Fresh as it comes. Looks good. this tonic part's still in one piece. Stocking up. Override it. There must be no Took. sticking out of that tower. It looks like it's sending out a pulse or signal. The Banuk were protecting it. This tall neck was probably holy to them. Well, that fits. Sure hope it works. Well, it's in better shape than it was. Okay, if I'm right, I just need to get the power flowing through it again. If I'm wrong, at least no one's watching. That should wake you up. Easy now. Easy! Right, it's never easy. I'll need to find higher ground. Spotted. Now I need to climb that tall neck again. I'll need to find higher ground. you call your friends? Never know when I might need these. I think I can leap onto the tallneck from there. Made it. Now to climb up to its head. Easy, easy.
Derval should die for his crimes. Wish the Oseram would invent a gadget to do this.
Outlanders. Karja Outlanders.
Went to the market, slipped on some fruit, and the children laughed at me.
A woman now stands as Sunhawk of the Hunter's Lodge. So, she played by the rules and won.
My boss said he lost another caravan to machines last week. Docked my wages. Again.
Good day to stay indoors.
Well, don't you seem fresh-faced and ready for anything? I've got a lot on my mind, sorry.
We're letting the Oseram with him. But
What brings you Karja so far from your home?
There's good machine hunting in the cut. Danger, too. Some have a taste for both, and they pay people like me well to guide them. We've had a bad run this time, even after I brought this priest along to read the signs.
I did say the sun's light was cast quite red the night of the...
Not your concern, though, Huntress. May your arrows find their mark.
Have to go back to work soon. Wish I could just go home and sleep. If I got my hands on...
May the sun grant you a portion of its wisdom, young Huntress. May the sun grant you a portion of its wisdom, young Huntress.
Long night last night.